Hmm. Yeah. Welcome back. So find a comfortable place to sit. We're going to actually start today with a breathing exercise. Um, Pranayama is the term in Sanskrit for breathing exercises. And I'd love to share one with you called Nadi Shodhana. And let's first get into a comfortable, more inward focused state, though, first. So find your comfortable position. It's going to be a little bit easier to do Nadi Shodhana sitting up. I don't know that I've never done Nadi Shodhana laying down. So you'll be welcome to lay down later, but if you're able to sit up right now, either in a chair or on the floor on the cushion, um, sitting up would be best. So find a comfortable way of sitting. And if you absolutely need to lay down because you're ill or whatever, then just lay down, obviously. If you're able to sit up, that's ideal. So just beginning to notice being here in your body in this moment. Maybe just start to notice your breath. Notice its quality. And we're not judging the breath here. We're just seeing if we can notice, is it deep? Is it shallow? Are you breathing more up in your chest or in your belly? And if this is all too subtle, and just notice that you're breathing. And then the more subtle ways of noticing the breath will come in time as you just pay attention to the in and the out of your breath. Notice how the breath might change. You may change just hearing the instructions or the invitation to notice what your breath is like in this moment. And notice if there's a resistance today to paying attention to the breath. Allow yourself to open up your awareness beyond the breath. It may just be your own inner knowing kind of guiding you. The breath might be too small, too focused. So allow your awareness to expand. Imagine you're holding your breath in your hand, kind of like a butterfly, and you're noticing it. And if it just feels too strenuous to do that, then imagine your awareness going outward through your body, out from the breath. So, is there any awareness of the body? Can you feel your legs? Can you feel your feet? Can you notice the feeling of your sits bones or your sacrum? And can you notice your spine? And notice the spine while you notice a breath. See what happens. See if you can feel the subtle movement. If not, no worries. Just notice what it's like to breathe in and breathe out, and also have a sense that your core, your whole chest wall, your whole thorax, your whole belly, everything's moving with the breath. It's subtle, but see if you can just notice that as you breathe, there's an expansion happening in your body as you breathe in. Have your belly soft and breathe into the belly. Breathe down deep into the belly. Notice if there's a hesitancy to allow the belly to expand fully. We're very trained in Western culture to suck in our bellies, and it's not really how it works with the breath. So, I'm just noticing to get a really nice deep breath into my belly, my pants are too tight. So just noticing if there's resistance to a full deep belly breath, because there probably will be for many of us. And even if you feel aversive to it or a little bit scared, I would invite you to see what it feels like just to feel a really deep belly breath where you imagine the breath traveling all the way down through the chest, and then the belly expands, and there's the stretch of the belly skin. And then as you breathe out, everything softens. There's a natural softening of the shoulders, just noticing the softening. So noticing the expansion and how that feels in the body with the inhale. And then notice the subtle contraction or softening or going inward as the body exhales. And as you lightly follow your breath or the expansion of the chest wall or wherever your attention lands most easily right now, something to connect you to the present moment. So now we will learn the practice of Nadi Shodhana. And I would invite you to stay very inwardly focused. The mind is going to try to understand and just trust that the body over time will get the hang of this. It might be a little confusing at first, and it's no big deal. It's a breathing exercise that Nadi means channel or flow. So Nadi Shodhana, Nadi channel or flow, and Shodhana means purification. So Nadi Shodhana is about clearing and purifying the subtle energy channels in the body. It's also said to perhaps be able to balance the right and the left sides of the brain. So, the yogis came up with this stuff thousands and thousands of years ago. It's been around for a while. And Pranayama is the science of breathing that the yogis divined came up with. So Nadi Shodhana is a way, it's like pushing a reset in your brain. And oftentimes, we don't want to do a practice with the expectation of something happening because we never know. But I find at times Nadi Shodhana can help me feel more centered, maybe refreshed if I'm feeling kind of depleted. So if you imagine if, energy is moving through the body through these subtle energy channels and the flow gets stuck, which would make sense. We all struggle throughout the day. Energy gets stuck, emotion gets stuck in the body. And so this is a way, sort of a proactive way to help the body cope with the day-to-day just gunk that we're all exposed to. There are lots of other benefits of Nadi Shodhana, and for those of you that really want to learn more about the technique, I'll share something with Misty, so you don't have to remember any of this. I think the technique in itself, and then just seeing how it lands in you, and you might notice a subtle energy change, and you might not. But like most practices, it's the power is in the repetition. The power is in the having it be a practice, not just a one-time thing. So you're just beginning to notice your sitting position. And most breathing exercises, including Nadi Shodhana, are best done on an empty stomach. If you just ate lunch, it's not the end of the world. But breathing exercises are easier when we don't have a full belly. It's more comfortable. And they can also be done if you've eaten. So just begin with just fluttering open your eyes so that you can see the screen. So the invitation is, can you notice what it's like to feel your own body right now? And softly have the eyes open. And notice if all of your energy immediately went outward. And if that happened, if you don't have any awareness of your own body, I invite you to close your eyes again. And maybe let's just all do that. Close your eyes again. Now feel the seat of your spine. Feel your glutes, feel the backs of your legs, feel your feet, and feel your spine, and feel how the spine elongates with each in-breath slightly and softens with each out-breath slightly. Now that you're aware of your own body, your own being, in a moment, I'm going to invite you to gently open your eyes while seeing if you can maintain connection with your own body, your own breath. It's not easy. It's the 50-50 of learning how to be with self and other and not get pulled out of your center. So eyes are still closed. And again, feel your seat, feel your spine, and feel a deep breath into the belly. And then feel as you release that deep breath. Notice the softening. Try another one. And notice, if you can, the face on this next one. So breathing in, notice if the breath is somehow even felt in the face. And then as you breathe out, see if you can invite the face into the softening that's already happening from the out breath. Just sort of leaning into softening with the face. So the jaw drops, the muscles around the eyes drop, everything softens in the face. So keep noticing that breath. And in a moment, I'm going to have you open your eyes, not fully, just enough so that you can kind of get a sense of my body and what my hands are doing. But your gaze is soft, it will be soft. And there's a way that it's like one eye in, one eye out. So part of your awareness is really settled in your own body, in your own emotions, maybe awareness of thoughts going through. And then once your eyes are open, there's also an awareness of this being in front of you, in this case, me on your screen. But you're practicing 50-50. One eye in, one eye out, honor self, honor other. So as you hear me say this, just kind of like flutter your eyes open a little bit. Maybe just notice the bottom of the screen. You're not even like aware of what you're seeing exactly. Your eyes are soft. And then you can kind of get a sense of allowing your awareness to expand to the body in front of you, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, and the head. So you're still feeling your body. You're still very much aware of your seat, bottom of your sacrum. So as you maintain awareness of your own sacrum, your own butt on the chair or cushion, you're just going to lift your right hand at the elbow. So your hand is lifted. And now you're going to fold the tips of your pointer and middle fingers inward towards your palm. So your first finger and your middle finger are down, your ring finger and your pinky are up. And if this is hard, if you have arthritis or hand difficulties, don't stress too much about the hand positioning. Just kind of see if you can let it be how it is for you today. And then you're going to take your hand and you're going to rotate it so that your right thumb is tapping your right nostril. And that's going to be, the thumb is going to close that nostril and open it. And then the ring finger and the pinky finger are going to close and open the left nostril. So just kind of practice rotating. Thumb is closing the right, pinky ring closing the left. Then we'll add breath to it. So beginning by closing the eyes, now that you know the mudra, the Vishnu mudra for your hand. Now with your elbow outward from your body, you're going to breathe in deeply and out deeply. And then you're going to bring your thumb to your right nostril and you're going to breathe in through your left nostril. Now close the left nostril and open the right. Inhaling deeply into the right nostril, closing the right, and breathing out through the left. Now eyes can soften and close if they're not already. Breathing in through the left nostril. Inhaling down the spine and closing the left nostril. Breathing out through the right. Inhaling on the right. Closing the right. Exhaling through the left. If your arm's getting tired, you can kind of cross your left arm underneath to support your right arm, or put your arm on a armchair if you have one. So wherever you're at in the cycle, we're going to start back at the left nostril, breathing in, closing the left nostril and breathing out through the right. In through the right, closing the right, out through the left. Breathing in deeply through the left, down into the belly. Spine is long. And breathe out through the right. In through the right, out through the left. Body softening with exhale. In through the left, out through the right, and then following your own pace. If you get lost, just drop your hands and breathe naturally, going at your own speed. And releasing the practice of Nadi Shodhana when that feels right for you. And just coming back to normal breath. And if it feels good to continue Nadi Shodhana on your own, or if this is a part of your regular practice, you can continue that as long as you wish. Noticing if there's any change in your energy, any change in how you feel from before this practice to now. Not, no worries. These practices build power with repetition. If it's subtle, if there's just a subtle shift, just noticing that. maybe the shift is drastic, and noticing that the mind wants to make something good and something bad, and just accepting that however it is for you right now is exactly how it's supposed to be. Noticing breath. Is there any place in your body that you could invite in a little more ease, a little more softening, a little more unclenching without forcing anything? Because the body has its own wisdom, its own timing. So if your body is giving you messages, you listen to it above anything else. No matter what any teacher says, if your body is giving you signals, you listen. And as you breathe deeply into your body, just maybe having a little gratitude for, not that we can force gratitude, but just seeing if you can find a place of like, thanks, body, for carrying me around. Like your body's been working hard for you, even if it's struggling right now with an illness, or see if you can bring some thankfulness to this body that's been carrying you around. Even if you don't feel gratitude, or if you feel some anger feelings towards your body, it's not been behaving the way you want it to. Seeing if you can also see that the body is trying its best, and see if there's any ways that your body is needing a different kind of nurturing, maybe a different way of feeding it, of caring for it, of letting it sleep enough. The body will give you lots of signs about what it wants. And we're just learning how to listen. So now experimenting with that a little bit and just asking the body, do I want to focus on my breath? Just seeing if the body opens to that question, if there's a sense of ease or even pleasure or enjoyment at the idea of just paying attention to the breath. And if that's what your body did, then notice the breath and just have that be your practice for the rest of the time. If your body contracted, or you got a sense of like, I don't know, or that feels bad, maybe just put your hand on your heart. You can just let your body know that you're not going to force it to do anything it doesn't want to do. Just ask the body, does it need to lay down? If you're at your desk, you need to put your head on your desk, just kind of like letting the body rest a little bit. When the body's overtired, it can get pretty crabby. You're just seeing if your body is needing some gesture from you, some sign that you're aware that it's needing rest. Maybe it's even just like a hand on your cheek, or a hand on your heart or your belly. Just like this sense of Okay, body, I'm listening. I'm going to try to take better care of you. And seeing if you can be kind and compassionate with yourself about however you've been caring for your body lately. Noticing if there are ways that maybe like me, I've been putting some things in my body that I know it just doesn't like very much. Makes me feel kind of bloated or yucky. And I'm trying to see that it's okay. We don't need to be self-critical about habits, ways of self-soothing. We just need to start asking the body more often, like, what are you needing? How can I take care of you? Not, I've got to stop eating sugar. I've got to stop blah, blah, blah. This way of forcing has never worked for me. Maybe it works for you. But instead of this harsh, like almost beating upon the body, it's much softer. It's much more like, body, what are you needing? You know, are you needing rest? Are you needing gentle movement? Are you needing more warm tea? Just over time, learning to listen to and talk to the body with more and more compassion, more and more kindness, because it really is this vessel that's carrying you around. So asking the body what it's needing for the next 10 minutes or so that we have of our time together. What would be the most nourishing thing you could do for yourself right now? Even if that means turning this off and just going outside and sitting on the grass and feeling the ground for 10 minutes. Maybe, maybe you bring me outside with you. But what would be the most nourishing thing you could do? Because it doesn't have to take a lot of time. Ask the body what does the body want? And then if you can, honor the requests of your body. If your body wants to lay down, lay down. If your body wants to go outside and feel the sunshine on your face, go outside. Take a moment and move slowly and give this body the care and attention it deserves. It's been carrying you around for probably at least 18 to 20 years, if not a lot longer. And once you've gotten your body into a position that it likes, just imagining that you can breathe in the most nurturing, sensory things that you need in this moment. Maybe you need the smell of fresh baked cookies, or maybe you need the feeling of an ocean breeze on your face. So bring in all your senses, or as many ones as your body wants, and imagine the things that your body is asking for. Warm sand, cool pine trees, whatever it is, warm, soft bed. Just tuning into what the body is imagining, and then imagine that and breathe it in. Imagine that whatever it is, you can breathe it into your very cells. Maybe you can see it as light particles being breathed in through your nose, through your crown. It's like breathing in sunlight. And it just travels to everywhere in the body that it's needed. Everywhere that nourishment, whatever the body's calling for. And then I would invite you to rest here, just continuing to give the body, imagining giving the body what it wants. Maybe the body is imagining wanting to be surrounded by warm hugs. So without having to understand anything, you can bypass the brain. It'll have lots to say. You can just let it chatter on. But imagining the soothing and imagining that you can just breathe in the soothing right through your very breath. And you can distribute it to all your cells through the out breath. And we'll practice together in that way for the remaining little bit of time that we have left. Breathing in, nurturing together. And as we draw the practice to a close, just taking a moment to either give your body a squeeze, like maybe it feels good to squeeze your upper arms, maybe it feels good to touch your legs. And even if you have a lot of complicated feelings about your body, just seeing if you can just thank it. Even with all the complicated feelings, just thank you, body. Thank you, heart, for beating. And as you, if you'd like to, bring your hands to your heart or hands down at your sides, however you like. Invite you into sounding Om 3 times. And we're going to breathe in. And on the exhale, you'll do your Om. And I invite you to feel the vibrations of sound as they move through your body, as they literally vibrate these subtle energy channels and increase your consciousness, waking you up with sound, with Sanskrit. So as you breathe in, really breathing deep into the belly and together. Oh, breathing in, noticing where you feel the vibration. Vibration is so important, not sound. Breathing in. Oh, last one. Oh, may the fruits of our practice spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Mm. Thank you for practicing with me today. I don't know if you're in Madison, but it's so beautiful out today.